Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to part 2 of the album share of Baby Diego's album. So we are here going from the end of April to his first birthday and a layout, I think, when he was about 13 months, which is the last layout in the album. And so we are starting here, as I said, the latter part of April, bright and bold. This was an off the board, definitely was an off the board challenge that when we were doing the full month of July. And this, I remember, was a pin I had taken off of one of Crystal's boards. It was a quilt pattern, and it really was sort of this kind of thing, and I used the triangles using some scraps and some black and some mixed media on the background, and I really just matted. And now here I've started using a very, very thin mat and a wider mat. That is something I picked up from my lovely friend Sarah Scraps. It was a tip that she gave in one of her videos, and I really, really love it. I do find, particularly if the first narrow mat is either white or black, depending on the color scheme, it really, really makes the photo pop. And look at that little hair. And so here I did do a little bit of journaling, only because Gwen posted this on Facebook, and the caption, she put, "Diego finally has a little hair." So I just put it there with the date. Because as I've mentioned before, I'm really not doing much journaling. I'm leaving that for Gwen to do. So once I had done this fun background, it became a very, very simple layout. I just added some sequins a little bit around. I fussy cut this camera, put hair, and that one is done. Then we move over here. This is a fun one. This I did for 30 Days of Sketches Revisited on a Sketch Sunday. Used some scraps. Baby Diego standing, and look how proud he is of himself. Look, Mom, I'm standing. And here he, on this one, I think this was probably, you can tell he's younger on this one. And this one he sort of looks, this must have been one of the first times. So I've left some room here so that Gwen can do the story, because this must be one of the first times that he stood, because he actually looks a little bit surprised. And on this one, you can tell he is probably about a month older. And this one, he just looks so proud. So that one is quite a bit of fun. And now we are getting closer into the summer. We're into June. First swim. Some stars, some mixed media on the background. And this, I went back to the lovely kit that I had put together that Christina had sent me when I started this project. It was a double kit with some pebbles, then also there was some pink, is it pink paisley or crepe paper? I can't remember. Little Adventurer, I think. There were 3 collections and some Echo Park. These lovely foam silver thicker sets. I used a lot of stars because I loved using the star stencil from Paige Evans. So I used my punches quite a bit throughout this album. Then up and away, we are walking. June 2020, he's walking. This one is also for a sketch, and I think I might have done this one. This might, I can't remember now whether this was for 30 Days of Sketches Revisited or 30 Days of Sketches Series 5 that I participated in completely. I left some journaling lines, got some lovely burlap on here, which are some Redefined Creative exclusives. I love the texture. Inked around my vanilla cardstock here, and then mounted it on cardstock, filled my little corner and sides. This I did, now this I think was a combination of a pin. This I did during, for sure, the Off the Board July series, where we did off the board for the entire month of July every single day. And then there was a little nod in here to a technique that Christy had shown in one of the Secret Not Secret Kid Club party weekends. I did some tearing, some distressing. First time on a swing, July 2020. Then this was just a fun day during the holidays. Things opened up a little bit. We couldn't really, in July, starting on the 5th of July, things started opening up a little bit, but we still couldn't really visit anyone. We definitely could not visit inside. We could see a few people outside, have some outside activities. So this was during Diego's parents' vacation. Gwen was still on mat leave just before coming back to work. They had a few fun days out in some of the local parks because we were asked not to leave our region, although things were a little bit more open. This is also from a Stash Bash Palooza. This is a really, really fun design. I did lots and lots and lots of layering on here, a day at the park. So again, here I just put some facts, and there is lots of room here for Gwen to do some journaling, or even here, if there's not much to say, she just has a little tag here. I've got lots of dimension going on this one as well. This was a fun one, and this was also, was this series 5? I think this might have been 30 Days of Sketches, series 5. 2 photos, a little bit askew. Another day just out in the park. This is Diego with his dad this time. And this one is just hooray for summer fun. I used an SCT sampler, lovely acrylic piece here. This was a kit based on the 5th and Monaco. So you see, as you can tell here, I've been integrating this just into my regular scrapbooking using my kits. The Off the Board series that I did in July, the 30 Days of Sketches series 5 that we did in April, and then the recent one, the series 6 that we just did in October, using up some scraps from the baby album kit that had been put together. Then over here, now this is another fun one. This is I'll Share, Papa. So I thought that was fun, Baby Dewey. And then he's giving his dad a little bit of mixed media. This one I also did. This was for the Secret Not Secret Kid Club Telephone Hop. I think the last one we did, which was series 6, I believe. And I was number 2 or 3. So I had received a lovely layout that I scrap lifted. I stayed fairly true to the scrap lift that I did. Some puffy stickers. I think I added, if I'm not mistaken, I added some extra little clustering here because I wanted, you know, some of those sides filled up that I love, love, love doing. An 8.5 by 11 layout here from first birthday. This is a layout I did based on one of Sarah Scrap's classes. She now has a YouTube membership, which is just amazing. If you haven't, I mean, for $2.90, I think it's $2.99 a month, you get access to all of Sarah's past classes, and she does a class a month. Just that on its own. But then there are a couple more tiers, and I have a tier, the all-up one, which, I mean, in Canadian dollars is less than $10 a month. I think it's maybe $8.99 or $9. Anyway, I think it's less than $10 a month, where we get a full mini series every month, alive. It's just incredible. And as opposed to being on Patreon, it's on the YouTube membership. And this was based on one of her layouts. And I did a little bit of mixed media, the colors, and this is having fun with, of course, the smash cake. And I used, this one was a sampler kit. I used one of my sampler kits. So I made this one for one of my SCT sampler scrapbooking. This one was a cut file. This was an off the board. I know this was something that now I can't remember whether I scrap lifted this from Christy or whether we gave each other, or whether she gave me the challenge to use this particular cut file. I have a feeling I might have scrap lifted a layout that she did that we had given ourselves. This was it for Off the Board or the 30 Days of Sketches? No, it can't be the 30 Days of Sketches Series 5 because baby Diego's first birthday was in August. So, but I do know this was a cut file challenge from Christy and a scrap lift of her as well. And I just love, love, love what I did here. Another cake and fun. And this with his parents. This is using now I'm into using the Cocoa Vanilla Daydream collection. So this, we are into September for sure here. This is just, after the cake, and this is just a fun photo with his parents' first birthday. And this, now you see this one here because I integrated this with a Scrap 5 challenge. And one of the Scrap 5 items, this was Lisa Brooks, and I think that had chosen all of these items, primary colors, school theme, and there was some hand journaling on there. So I did a little bit of journaling on this one, but from Diego's point of view. This is him with one of his presents, Dumbo for the win. And this was Abuelo's neighbor gave me Dumbo for my birthday. Cool. So I made it from Diego's point of view, using some of those fun Nicole Jones 911 printables that I've been a little bit addicted to lately. This was a fun one. This was definitely for a Sketch Sunday, a 30 Days of Sketches Revisited. Again, Diego's first birthday. And this is when we could have a little bit of a gathering outdoors. So this was actually over 2 days because there were too many people to have the one birthday party. So there was one on Gwen's side at her dad's, Don Abuelo, on, I believe, the Saturday, and then one on Duarte's side on the Sunday, because our maximum was, I believe, 10 people outdoors at that point, even in August. And then this I just did for Stretch the Sketch. You've seen this very, very recently. And this sort of mixes up the 2 days. It just brings everything together on a double page spread for Diego's first birthday, so that, there's a little bit of both days on the one layout, because I'm sure they would have preferred to have one bigger party, but we all celebrated things a little bit differently this year. All for One, I've mentioned before that I love, love, love this title because it was all for 1-year-old Diego, and all of these people were there for one lovely little boy. Some Nicole Jones 911 printables, this fun, fun, fun little camera, my Cocoa Vanilla Daydream collection. And then, now this is after his first birthday and into September. So we have a few extra little layouts beyond the first birthday, but I just love these. Apple picking day. These were meant to go together. This was definitely a challenge given to me by Christy. In September, that's what it is. In September, we were trying to focus in the Freeze Gang. Christy and I were focusing on sequins. So I did this, and this is a scrap lift of Christy for sure. She did this layout, and I thought it was just absolutely gorgeous. And it's a technique that she uses where you really just smush some glue around, some wet glue, and then let the sequins fall where they will. And I added these leaves, which were part of the Spiegel Mom Scraps. I used 2 or 3 sequin mixes on this from Spiegel Mom Scraps. Love it. This is from some old Simple Stories paper that I use my 1-inch punch. I love, love, love this layout. Some labels from Nicole Jones 911. So we have over here, these are printables that I just found on Google for apples. This is sort of meant to be a little bit of a film strip, picking the apples, sitting down with tons of apples and then taking a bite. And then taking a bite with Dad, overlooking all mine, and then apple picking day. And then over here, this, I had to get this on because look at that. Is that not precious? Diego found the diaper cream and he thought this was just so cool. And it's everywhere. And look at that face. He's quite happy. He thinks this is like fun. So this photo, the sky tells me there are no limits, and curiosity tells me to explore. Perfect for these, using also the Vicky Bouton. And this was for a scrap 5, and these were 5 items chosen by Crystal. And I remember there was white background, at least 5 layers behind the photos, a bow. What else was there on there? Well, at least I know there were those 3 of 5 items. But I do know that for once I got all 5 items on my layout. And then the very, very last one is, again, this is Diego with his grandfather, Gwen's dad, so abuelo. And this was at Gwen's brother's wedding. He got married in September. Where very, very small, just before we got back down on lockdown, very small weddings were allowed. I think it was up to maximum of 25 people in a very, very, very big room. And this was abuelo dancing with Diego. He spent hours, Gwen told me, dancing with him. She has a video. And we did, I think, did we do a screenshot? Or she actually had a photo of him holding Diego, and he spent hours dancing to keep, Diego from running all over the place, from being happy. I did some lovely stitching and stamping on here. This I did do as part of the 30 Days of Sketches Series 6. So there you go. Those are the 2 albums. I'm really, really anxious. I'm going to be giving this to Gwen next week. It's her birthday. She's very excited. I had a ball doing this. It's really fun to do this type of project, to spread the scrapbooking to people who are not scrapbookers. I think I might, I don't know, I think maybe in a couple of years when she has a little bit more time, Gwen might take this up, because she's been so appreciative of everything that I've done. She's been participating. She's so excited about getting the albums. It just warms my heart. And I am so happy to have done my album shares with you. So they're done. Thank you so much for being with me. And I will see you again very, very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.